What's going on, YouTube? I wanted to do a quick little video in regards to this whole Spotify gold standard, the conversation that has the internet in a tizzy right now. One thing about YouTube is YouTube is oversaturated, right? So I don't have plans to become a big channel. I really just want to build a community of mutuals where we can discuss and analyze things differently than what we're seeing constantly on YouTube. Because, everyone's opinion is going to be different because perception and perspective is going to change with every individual, right? I want my channel, first of all, everything about me is organic. Like, I don't fake the funk for anything. So everything on my channel is always going to be exactly how I feel. It's my channel, so it's my opinion, my feelings, my interpretations, my emotions, my perspective, and my perception, right? So the way that I want to break down this video is I want to kind of explain why I think Nicki wasn't included in the exhibit and why I feel that Cardi is very well deserving of the spot that she has. And a few reasons of why I think that Nicki should not be in it. On top of the fact that we know she don't want to be in it. Like, if Nicki was not in it, it's only because she declined it. Let's keep it a buck. We're not going to act like Nicki is not very prevalent in hip-hop and rap. This decade, this era, this generation. She's still putting out music. It's not like when Nicki was reigning, like the reigning queen, she literally didn't have peers, really, right? Because Lil' Kim wasn't putting out music. Eve had already left. She got married to her billionaire. Trina really wasn't doing much. Like, all the girlies had kind of disappeared. Nicki really had a lane of her own. Iggy came out for a little bit and then completely disappeared. I don't know what happened with Iggy Azalea to this day. But yeah, pretty much it was Nicki by herself. So Nicki had her own era. So when people would be like, oh, well, why isn't Lil' Kim included? It didn't make sense for Lil' Kim to be included because she wasn't dropping music. But with Nicki, it's a little bit different because Nicki is still currently dropping music. And she's still very much one of the highest best-selling female rappers. So you might see me looking over here. My laptop is right here. And I wrote some notes. This video is strictly about Nicki and Cardi. The other girls that are part of the exhibit, when I say that Nicki and Cardi are literally competing with themselves, and if we're being very, very honest, Cardi is competing with herself, because as much as Cardi does not release music, her records still haven't been broken. And like a week ago, she literally just became the highest selling female rapper, RIAA certified. So to me, that speaks volumes off of one album. She's really in competition with herself, which I believe is one of the biggest reasons why she hasn't dropped the sophomore album. I'm going to go over a few of the accolades and accomplishments that Invasion of Privacy received. And I just think that Cardi doesn't have to ever drop another album. Cardi will never go broke. Like, the accolades that this woman has, she will never go broke. She was showing a screenshot of where they were trying to pay her $4 million for a show. It's crazy, and it's numbers that have never been seen. So it's interesting. It's very interesting what's going on with female rap right now. It really is. It's very interesting, and it's really crazy how lucrative the industry is. Like, regardless of how successful you are on the charts, or how much you're actually really truly selling, because I guess everyone wants to be a part of a moment, And these festivals and these tours get sold out, even if them albums are not. Look at Doja Cat. In my opinion, Doja Cat is arguably one of the best, if not the best, female rap entertainers that we've had in a long time. Like, she does it all, and she really puts on a show, and I just think that that's dope. That's super dope. And it's not common. So I think it should be respected and addressed, you know what I'm saying? Like, acknowledged, not addressed, but acknowledged. Anyway, so Invasion of Privacy, right? Invasion of Privacy came out 6 years ago. The album came out April 2018. So this year, April, became 6 years officially that the album came out. Every track on the album is platinum or higher. Every track. It's never been done. Hasn't been done since. Hadn't been done before. I don't know if this was already recording when I said that, but there's 2 diamond records from the album. I Like It and Bodak Yellow. Also 2 Billboard Hot 100s, the same. I Like It and Bodak Yellow. Grammy for Best Rap Album, which that had not been done since Lauryn Hill. Debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and lasted on the number 1 for 3 weeks. The album broke Lauryn Hill's record, a record that Lauryn Hill held with Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which was the longest charting female rap album of all time. Invasion of Privacy broke that because it was on the Billboard 200 for 3 years. 3 years. It sold first week debut sales 235,000 copies, with 103 of those copies being pure sales. Has not been done since. And that album came out in 2018. 6 years. Think of all of the female rappers that have dropped music since then, including the Queen Nicki Minaj. She's dropped 2 albums since then. This has not been accomplished. Cardi is the female rapper with the most number 1s. She has 5. Cardi is the female rapper with the most diamond records. She has 3, soon to be 5, because WAP is ready to be diamond certified. And if I'm not mistaken, it's either... There's another one that's like 9 times platinum, I believe. I can't remember what song it is, though. And I know that her feature with G-Eazy is also on its way to diamond. So, you know, that's just... It's crazy. Cardi had a single this year, Enough, which debuted in the top 10 at number 9 and remained on the charts for 14 weeks. People call it a flop, but it has out-charted pretty much every female rap song, especially a debut. I remember last year, the Barbs, and I think Nicki too, were bragging about how Red Ruby the Sleaze hadn't been topped. But Red Ruby the Sleaze debuted at 13, and I think it was only on the charts for 12 weeks. So Enough outperformed Red Ruby the Sleaze. So stop changing the goalposts, okay? If Enough was a flop, then Red Ruby was a flop, baby. And we all know Red Ruby was not a flop because it's the only song y'all bragged about all last year. What else? Oh, yeah, so then I was like, with all the albums that dropped, right? All the female rap albums that have dropped. For Enough to be the only female rap song to debut in the top 10 this year, besides Hiss from Megan Thee Stallion, it's crazy. It's crazy that y'all keep letting Chardi outshine y'all. And she don't even be dropping like that. I think that's why she don't drop. Because it's like, y'all are not really giving her no competition for real. But anyway. These are a few reasons why I feel like Nicki should not have been on the list. She obviously agrees, okay? She didn't want to be part of it. But I just feel like this. Nicki's last number 1 on the Billboard was Super Freaky Girl. Be fucking for real. That song did not deserve number one, and no one talks about it. And for your last song that went number one to be Super Freaky Girl when you had 20-something songs on your album is crazy. For the success of that album, the success of that tour, for you not to have no top 10s and especially no number ones is insanity. The album is already off of Billboard. It's already gone from Billboard. How? How does an album that was so successful already leave the Billboard charts? Riddle me that. I just feel like if it's gonna be a conversation, let's have a real conversation. Like, how is the album already off of the Billboard charts? It don't make sense. And even if it's not off, it's not high enough for where it should be for the amount of success that that woman received on her tour and on her first week sales. That makes sense, like I said. Then also, like, I really want to have a conversation, because if you go on Spotify, which is the people who did this exhibit, if you go on Spotify and you search up Nicki, her most streamed songs are pop songs. Beauty and the Beat is on there, or Beauty and a Beat. Starships, Super Bass. I can't remember the other two. But if I'm not mistaken, they were very popish as well. Like, the general public and, like, the core fan base of Nicki Minaj are pop rap, bubblegum rap girlies. That's the type of music that they like. They don't like when Nicki really raps. Like I said, Red Ruby the Sleeves, that should have gone top 10. Like, there's no reason why that song didn't go top 10, if not number one. But it didn't, because y'all don't push it, because y'all only really like bubblegum pop, you know, super bass type of Nicki, which is why Super Freaky Girl went number one. But anyway, I'm not going to continue with this. I just feel like sometimes the conversation, y'all have outrage, but it's not really backed up by facts. Y'all want to be outraged that Nicki is not in the conversation, but Nicki hasn't even been able to surpass the girl that she went against, telling her that this was her culture, that Cardi wanted to be a part of her culture. But you got a girl that is coming into your culture and outselling you and out charting you, and you're just stagnant about it. Like, you didn't even put out no videos for this album. I don't understand that either. You said something about you wanted it to be about the music, but it's like, girl, videos are a part of the music. It gives us a visual of what you were thinking or what you were feeling, or, you know, what the song truly entails and means to you. So the girls that get it, I guess. I don't know. I don't get the whole point of not releasing videos with your music. Beyonce, because you did the same thing. I don't get that. To me, there's no point in that. Don't release music if you... And then also, I wanted to get into this quick little comment, because I was watching Armand earlier, and he said something about that Nicki lost the battle with Cardi, but she won the war. And I was really trying to understand what he meant by that. Because we all know and understand that Nicki is the more talented and creative artist, right? Her tenure proves it. The amount of albums that she's put out and projects and body of works that she's put out proves that. And then just, of course, the material, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't take away from Nicki ever her talent and her creativeness, ever. Has it dwindled down? Of course, but you still can't take that away from her. But the fact that she can't chart and it doesn't resonate with, I guess, her core audience for it to chart is crazy to me. Then he was talking about something about Cardi only got her shine because people were tired of seeing Nicki win. Let's have a conversation, because you're right, but you're very wrong as the reason why, right? People weren't tired of seeing Nicki win. People were tired of not hearing substance from a rapper that has all the talent in the world and whom is very creative and has shown us over and over again. Looking Ass Nigga is one of the pure examples. of how she can rap her ass off. But all her songs were talking about how big her cat was and how fat her cat was and how she had the best in the world. And all the other girls, you know, were trying to compete with hers. And the girls are her sons. And you know what I mean? Like all the same shit, which is what y'all complain about with the new girls, especially Cardi. And, you know, y'all call it pussy rap. Those were the same complaints that the GP was giving Nicki, which y'all called it a hate train, but it wasn't a hate train. People were just tired of the music that didn't have any substance. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, go back to Twitter and like look up Nicki Minaj from like 2016, 2017, 2018, and you'll see what I'm saying. But like at the end of the day, now Cardi to me has been Nicki and the Barb's muse, because ever since 2018, Nicki's getting number ones. She got her first number one in 2020. You know, the Barbs, they're not playing. They don't want Cardi's accolades to continue to grow. So now they're trying to make it to where Nicki can beat Cardi's records. That's what they're trying to do. They say it every time she drops a song. So it's like, that's your muse. Cardi was y'all's muse. Nicki's rapping again. She's in her rap bag. And the Barbs are pushing music. They don't want to be clowned for not being on them charts, baby. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about real quick is Billboard placement. Because y'all love to call songs flops. But have y'all seen the chart history? Yeah, we're going to go over chart history real quick for Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Because y'all love to talk about flops. But baby, the songs that you guys, you know, like brag about get out charted every time. Almost, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do a little bit of due diligence and research together. So y'all called. Let's go to Cardi. Y'all called Hot Shit a flop, right? Y'all called Hot Shit a flop. Let me see if I could do both. Hopefully I could do both. I could do Cardi on one tab and Nicki on the other. All right, here's Cardi. And let me open a tab for Nicki. Okay, here's Cardi. And then let me open a tab for Nicki. I wanted to have I wanted to be a little bit more professional, but it's okay. I don't really gotta give that. Okay, so let's do, can I search? You can't search songs on here, right? You probably can't. Okay, so let's do, we already know Cardi got 5 number ones. So let's do Hot Shit, because y'all called Hot Shit a flop. Let me see. Okay, so Hot Shit, here we go. So Hot Shit from 2022. Peak Position debuted at number 13 and was on the Billboard chart for 12 weeks. We're going to do a side-by-side for Red Ruby the Sleeves. Honey. Red Ruby the Sleeves. Why is it so much down here? Should it be down here? Oh, yeah, there she goes. Red Ruby the Sleeves. Debuted at 13. Spent 12 weeks on the chart. Same as Hot Shit. But I remember all last year when Red Ruby the Sleeves dropped, not only y'all, the Barbs, bragging about it and its chart placement and everything and stability, but also Nicki. Nicki put out a song. She was like, still ain't beat Red Ruby. But Red Ruby performed the same as Hot Shit. And then they're probably going to be like, oh, but Hot Shit had a video. And it had to, So I was really thinking about it. And they're, like I said, they're probably going to say, oh, well, Hot Shit had features and it had a video, and Red Ruby the Sleeves didn't have features and it was a solo and it didn't have a video. And I get that, and that is great. But what I'm saying is, regardless of the feature or the video, the placement is still a good placement. Like, everything doesn't have to be number one or top five or anything like that. I feel like y'all use that line that Cardi said, my records live in the top 10. Y'all use it and y'all want to use it as a drag, but it's like, baby, that drag can apply to a lot of y'all's faves. So it's just better to, you know, keep it cute. But anyway, that's the end of my video. I'm not trying to drag it. That's really all I wanted to show and say. Like I say always, we can talk about it in the comments respectfully. Open dialogue. If not, then I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, YouTube.